Hey, Denise here. I hear a lot from women about struggling with boundaries. They struggle to set them. They struggle to hold them. They struggle of when to set a boundary. And one of the things that I keep hearing is, I'm afraid I'm going to make people mad, or what if they don't like me, or how do I be a leader? How do I live my life? Whatever the case may be for you on setting boundaries. And I get it. Boundaries can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be hard. Some people think that setting boundaries means you're being a bitch, you're being cruel, you're being mean. But there's a way to do it with kindness, and there's a way to do it gently. And another piece with boundaries that I like to think about is, and I think Brendan Bouchard said this, that a boundary that isn't held is just simply a request. And when I heard that, I was like, yes, that makes so much sense. As does a saying, I don't know who said this one, that if you don't hold your boundary or set boundaries, you're teaching people how to treat you. So by choosing not to set boundaries, by choosing not to hold boundaries, you are actually teaching people how to treat you. And then there's that other saying that the givers have to set boundaries to take care of themselves, because the takers will never set the boundary. And I think you've had someone in your life, people in your life who are really good at taking and not so much at giving. So boundaries are actually a good thing. They're not mean, they're not evil. The other person might be thinking it because you're changing how you interact with them. But for you, it can be a form of self-care. It can be a form of letting people know your value and your worth. It can be a way of being able to improve your communication. And it doesn't matter if you are in the C-suite. It doesn't matter if you are a new entrepreneur. It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom or a student. Boundaries are essential and boundaries are important. So this Friday, coming up at noon Central, Chicago time, I'm going to be holding a free training on boundaries. And I welcome you to join. I'm going to be dropping the link to register, and come with your questions. Come with your examples. We can even go through and practice too if you want. So it doesn't just have to be me talking. It can be more interactive if you so choose. I have enough to say that I can last if you don't have any questions. But we can talk about how to set the boundaries. We can talk about how to do it from heart instead of from being mean. We can talk about how to handle people who continually refuse to respect or accept our boundaries. So I invite you to join me this Friday at noon. And yes, there will be a replay, because I know with this short week, if you're in the States, holiday weeks always feel more stressful sometimes. Trying to do 4 days of work within 5 days of work in 4. Messing up my words here today. And I also know that not everyone's available at noon Central. So this Friday, 12 o'clock Central, I'll drop the Zoom link for signing up. It's free. Please show up. I look forward to it. And yes, there will be a recording. All right. I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.